So yeah, I think we can sort of start. Maybe we can get off with the Rumble Royale before we go into the rest of the
Sure.
things. Obviously, it was quite a fun week. Market suddenly woke up. The big dot unlocked happened. I think the timing worked pretty well, right? With the bull market, didn't seem to be a huge crisis. We'll see. But
Yeah, but normally it takes like some time, right?
yeah, yeah, that's true.
So we will see like in the upcoming 1 or 2 months how this evolves.
That's true.
So
So all you have to do is go hit on those little swords. You can see them in the comments, and you can participate then in the Rumble Royale. Next week we're also gonna. I think next week we're gonna invite some people over from the Tanzi team and talk a bit more about. First of all, I think the work that Cedric did. He spent a bit of time the past few weeks really sort of exploring the product, and so we'll get them over so we can talk about what we sort of experimented or what we tried together, and also share with us what they're doing, and we'll share more information towards the beginning of next week. Announcement about the past proposal. Robinho, I'm not sure, not yet. From what we have seen, I actually had a brief conversation with him earlier today. Right now, you can see that it has been approved and has passed, but I think the execution needs another 2 weeks, or 1 or 2 weeks, if I understood correctly, until there's the transfer to the proper accounts. But yes, I would hope. Rumble starting in 15 seconds, whoever is not in. I would hope that we will create some press release and announcement around this partnership. Probably, I would say, it would be more meaningful when it's up and ready and everything is there. So, in the store, but yeah, we will check. We will make sure.
but once they sign, they should announce like the traditional
I think so too.
Polkadot and Unity, right? I mean, this is just like a
Yes,
no-brainer, right?
I agree. Yeah, I agree. We should do it. Yeah. But I assume it will take a few more weeks, right? From finalizing, closing the treasury, for them getting back to the finalization of the. How did I trip and crack my skull on my own? That sucks. That sucks. Big Crypto taking out Auto. Jack's the same fate with me. 2 minutes Crypto got a revive. Somebody's camping the Web3. Night. When is mission starting? We'll get very soon. First, there's something else ending, but we'll get to that after the Rumble, the Royale. Dark Friend is back and tiptoeing and breaking people's spines. 3 left. 3 left. Who are they? Dark Friend. Here we go. Dun dun dun. Carp Samada.
Just
Yeah. You won, Cedric.
yeah, sure. Again, woohoo!
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you, everyone. You have a great day.
that's
That's it for the community.
bye
call.
bye. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna buy myself something great. No, joking. We will just do like the last one a little bit bigger then. Good. Okay, so then let's start, right?
Yeah, let's move on to the next one, which is, hey, season 2 most probably actually ends tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
From what I can see, tomorrow afternoon is the most likely day. So whoever's not, or is in that last leg and wants to finish something up, now's the time. If you have any problems, now's the time to get them from the marketplace. If there's more, now's the time to ping Cedric or ping me.
Yeah.
For something more special. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, maybe we can do just sort of a quick review. For me, maybe the highlight was that that we did manage to transition from season 1 to season 2 to something which was a much more deeper sort of gameplay. And the second thing is that what I think I was sort of pretty proud of was the fact that we managed to keep Kusama active and used over the past 3 months, because the truth is that, as we said, close to 15, maybe even 20% of the transactions going on Kusama network was from our season 2. So still quite proud of us utilizing everything like that. But yeah, maybe Cedric, how do you see it?
Yeah, I think if we would deep dive into the transactions, we would probably take even more over, because I mean, these are user transactions, and sometimes there are also other transactions counted. So I'm not sure if it's even only Kusama, because we compared also to bigger networks. So yeah, I think games just do have, like, in the way that we created them, do have like a really big potential on creating like a lot of transactions. But yeah, I mean, overall season 2 had like a lot more game logic in it. And yeah, I mean, it has its pro and its cons. Like, it has like a deeper insight, but it's also harder to get into it. So the next one will be probably again a little bit shorter in terms of game logic, and a little bit easier to eat for newcomers, and hopefully it will be announced soon, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
very
it's
true.
still like a little bit in the
In the
it's still a
works.
little bit yeah, exactly, a small secret still.
But yeah, maybe one of the things that we are looking to address in sort of the new seasons is how can we open up these games or these experiences to a wider sort of audience, and you'll see what we're doing there, sort of to address that. Yeah, Robinho. Yeah, I mean, look, markets are markets. There's nothing really that we can do sort of right now. I mean, we can answer to you, hey, we're gonna go in the market and buy up our token to sort of protect it and do things like that.
Yeah,
We are monitoring
uh,
sort of everything.
but this is Gate, right? He's
This
showing
is Gate.
Gate, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So just like to
Maybe
mention
you can
something
explain a
here,
couple of
because
things there. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we will be. I mean, when we started like to engage a market maker, we didn't know exactly how much we need to supply, and so on. So I think we supplied, I think, 5% of the network, so like 2.5 million. And if we look at the cold wallet from our market maker, then it was quite obvious that a lot went into the exchange to provide supply. And still, like, if we look at this point into the exchanges, then I think we are at like 2.5 million in
Yep.
total, like 1.5 on Gate and 1 on MEXC. And of this, 1.5 million is our market maker. So the market maker owns more than 65% of the current supply there, which is quite a little bit I would say, I don't know. I mean, it's just like we can't do anything there. The only thing that we know at this point is that we will stop the market maker, most certainly. That means that he has to give us back this loan. That means he needs to get back the 1.5 millions out of the market at some point during this year. So that's just like what we know here, and we will try to find other agreements with market maker that work not on a loan model, more on a model where we pay them to do like the market making with our accounts, because there we can then set way better the circulation.
Yeah. And I think, as AB mentioned here, yes, the supply of tokens actually in the market is quite low, which is a good thing. And again, maybe sort of what Cedric explained is that since the majority of them are held by a market maker, there's no real thing that we can sort of do here. Just let our contract sort of to finish out with them. We never had a problem with them, just to sort of to be
Yeah, I
clear.
mean, it's not something bad or good.
No,
It's
no,
just like
it
it's
hasn't
like
worked.
it is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it hasn't added any
and
value the way that we sort of set up. I think that agreement. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
How much bio is in circulation supply? I mean, at the moment, it's hard to calculate because most of the seed and private round investor are still locked. They haven't touched their tokens. There was one big investor which dumped his token, which is quite, we consider this like pretty bad because we don't understand it. It was not a small one, so we would have been expecting this from small investors to do that. But yeah, this part, it's like hard to calculate. I mean, I can do the calculation at some point. I'm not sure if we do have a slide about the transition to the main network. So if we don't have one, I will just like tell it now, just as an information. At some point, we were like mentioning that we might just allow everyone to transition over from the Bayou network at some point to Ajuna, or to allow to swap for anyone. But we consider to revoke this, and in terms of moving over, we will only allow this for people that have been active and that own avatars. I mean, why should we allow people that just like spend their KSM to get crowd loan rewards and then haven't even participated in the game once? Even their free mints haven't been touched, and then why should we allow them to move over? I think it should be something which is very much incentivized through using our products, and it's also part of the product. So moving over, or like doing some conversions in terms of Bayou to Ayun, will most certainly be bound to owning an avatar and going on a mission and staking that Bayou part to receive like the corresponding Ayun tokens. So that will be just something which we are currently working on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like for prices, we won't tell you anything. I mean, obviously, we can't control it, what price it will ever get or be, or yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I think it's exactly Crony AB. That's sort of the idea, that we wanted to make sure that whatever relationship that will be available only for the people who are active, right? Who are participating,
Yeah,
who are here.
exactly.
Which the best way to capture that is, hey, you have an awesome Ajuna avatar. So this is not something that we're looking to create extra new incentives, for example, for investors who are just passively sitting
Exactly.
with tokens, right? That's not.
And if they want to, then they need to buy an avatar, right? So why should, I mean, it's not like it's closed for everyone else. Just like if you want to participate and move into the Polkadot ecosystem from Ajuna network, then you need to get access to an avatar. And I mean, it's just like it's bound to a product. And I think that is
Yes.
something which we can do, and if we should do it, and it will also reward the people that have been with us for the past 2 years, or some even for 3 years. And I think that's very important for us.
Yeah. So yeah, Albert, our Bayun holders. So essentially, think of it that you or people who have played the Osmo Ayun avatars will get that transition, not simply by holding tokens of the Bayun will exchange them from Ayuna. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good. I didn't have a slide for that. I'm sure we will pick up this point. Of course, at another time. Yep. Good. So I'll go quickly through some other stuff. As you may have seen, part 1 now has been approved, so we're quite happy with that. It's quite important that we get also the same type of success and activity for part 2 of the proposal. It's currently up as a discussion. Again, for anyone that wants to go have a read of how we're thinking to, how we're proposing, let's say, to professionalize this whole Unity SDK. That's a good way to do it. Show your support. Write some comments if you have any. That's great. That's going to be a task that's going to be here for quite some time until we get it through. I think lesson from part one was that treasuries take time. Treasuries take support.
Politics.
It's politics. That's for the best way to do it. And the tough part, I think, for definitely for me, is trying to sort of, yeah, be patient. Also understanding that there's all of these other teams and people have also 100 things on their plate, trying to do so. Managing to get their attention to support is a task that takes time. Politics, as Cedric said, but it is what it is. But yeah, pretty happy about that. So, BattleMogs. I think now we can talk. So, last week we talked a bit about the breeding part of it. Now, Cedric is going to jump in and show you a bit on.
Oh, I forgot that I had to show this, but let me see if I can just run it up.
I'll. But yeah, that's sort of the. Before you, as long as you're running it up, that's sort of the plan with the Unity SDK. I will go again on a few of the other forums or a few of the other sort of shows like AAG or a few of those Twitter spaces to try and drum up, let's say, a bit of support. But to be honest, I think it's really important, not only for Ajuna, but for the gaming vertical, also as an ecosystem which is about to transition into, let's say, decentralized business development or decentralized marketing, which is what Parity is trying to initiate. I think these approaches can be good examples also for other people.
Do you have like a new build available? I have one open, but this is an old build.
Let me check. Which one I have?
Because I don't have I'm not sure if I have the actual build with the also including the shields around the players.
Okay, let me quickly check. I think I had.
Let me. I might have it. Or let me just check. Maybe I have it here. That is when you get like caught in showing something which, okay, this is. Otherwise I will just show this version, but it feels like it's not the most actual one. Or maybe, let me. Give me another second.
Sure. Let me check some of the questions. The first time I heard about a network is when Nick was talking on polka.ama on Twitter. Okay, that's good to know that these AMAs reach a few people, and we will get back on. We will get back on the monthly Polkadot one, probably in a few weeks when we want to share, as I said, about the new season. And hopefully we can start making these Polkadot AMAs a bit more interesting and participants. But yeah, that's good to know. Hey Karamolego. Hey Milan.
Okay, I think I have here something to show.
Okay, good.
Okay, let me just share the screen. Good. I'm not sure if it's the most actual one, to be honest, because it's like been like some time.
If it's not, I will let you know, and I'm sure we'll be able to show it again. If it's not the last one.
Good. So you see my screen?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, let me go through it. So first of all, I mean, I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with Hearthstone. It's being based on something like this. So it has like it has like those 6 forces, which kinetic and so on. It's the same forces from season 1, obviously, because they are just tied together. And each force has its own kind of spells in it. And there's also weapons. which you can choose. One of them is like this Tonitrus minigun, which is like insanely overpowered, but we will see that hopefully afterwards in the game. And you choose like an amount of like I think 20 cards to play with, and you have like your team of Mogwais, which are 3. And just to take it into like relation, it's like you build with the game that you saw in the last community call. You build your 3 Mogwais, and depending on which generation they are stronger or less strong. And when they are generation 16, they have their full capability of skills and also of attributes, and those attributes play then a role when they play the skills. So depending on how good they are in intelligence and so on, they will have like more hit points or more power depending on what kind of cards they are playing. So it's about creating your deck, but also setting up your team correctly. And depending on who is in your team, you have access to other type of cards. So when you have, for example, all 3 in the same force, it opens up different cards if than if you have only one of each force, or like each one has a different force, right? And in the end, you go then into a battle versus 3 other Mogwais from an opponent, and you then just have to play against him. So here we're going to go into a single player. So you choose your deck. Obviously, this is not like, it's just like to play and not like if it would be a tournament. So then you get like your cards, and it starts by showing what kind of cards you can play. Here I at the moment don't have enough points to play any of my cards because they are all higher than 1, and I do have only 1 point here, so I will just swap the turn. And yeah, so I get on every turn I get a small shield, and then I will just wait till he's over. Now I see that I get my illusionary shield, which is for 2 points, so I can play it. So I will play it. So I will get like 1 shield running around, and then I will just end this turn. I get my round shield back, and I'm gonna wait till I get back my round. So I'm gonna wait now here to get my Tronitus gun, because if I get it, I will be very strong. So here you see also like the 2 other opponents from my enemy. So I'm gonna like just like drop here a Fitful Frost ball to drop his shield and then end my turn. He already like has a lot more hit points than I do somehow. So let me see if I can do something else. I'm gonna try to get my weapon. So when you have like a weapon, you can choose the weapon, and then you have like 3 skills from each weapon. So I will try this one and end the turn. And yeah, let's see what he's gonna do. I can also swap the persons. So he just did that. So he just swapped. So I'm gonna now get my Trinitus gun, and hopefully, no, I can't. So I need to wait now. And in the next turn, I will be able to use it. So as you see here, I have it ready. If I'm not gonna die till the end of this run. So Trinitus gun now, spray and pray. Damn, take this. Oh my god, it was not really successful. Somehow he has a lot more hit points than I have. Why?
He's OP.
He's like, he got like a really crazy dude. I have no chance. Oh my god. Okay, good. So we're gonna stop here, huh? I'm gonna lose. So yeah, I mean, so what is left to make this gonna be a success, right? So one thing that is left is the whole balancing, and this is quite a big challenge, right? Because you need to balance all those things together, and also like we need to find the time to move it together. And yeah, it looks awesome, we know, but it's still like a lot of work. And yeah, so you need beta testers. Yeah, I mean, there's not too much to test now because, yeah, I mean, what you saw that works. What is left now is like to balance, and then the next thing that is really needed is to make the connection between
The
what
breeding,
is
yeah.
like on chain and what is like the centralized, like just this connection needs to be done. We do have now at the moment two games separately. We have what you saw last time and what you saw today. Now we need to merge it together, right? And then we have the game to play. Yeah, so it's yeah, it's this. So yeah, if
Hey,
there's any question, then let me know.
that was super cool. Yeah, maybe let's see the questions quickly. Can we use season 1 and season 2 avatars in BattleMog? Um, use season
Yeah,
1 and season 2 avatars. Yeah.
so I mean, obviously, season 1 and season 2 give you access to BattleMogs, and as you know, in BattleMogs you start with an egg, right? Or I mean, and the thing is, like, somebody needs to have the initial eggs, right? So we thought that like people that do have season 1 avatars will get access to it. There is also like a pet part in in BattleMogs, which you haven't seen here, which is also not already implemented. So we will see how we can also incentivize like people that own season 2 avatars till like the pet part is also available, right?
Yeah.
When testnet, yeah. When we have like sat down at the moment, there is like we do have like a lot of things ongoing, like smaller things, and we try to create products all the time, right? So we are currently like concurrently working on like 3 products, so we have always something to release, right? And yeah, I think it just needs some more time. But if there is like a skilled Unity developer or also a network engineer in the audience, then don't hesitate.
Yeah.
Get in contact with us. It would be awesome. It would be a very close work with me, since I'm like the C# and integration guy. So yeah.
Yeah. Next, yeah, just I put together a couple of the, let's say, now that season 2 was ending. So what we have in our bags, so we have our season 1 with season 2, we have our Mochaverse, these are ours, the ones that we have got, and our lovely dolphin from Sovereign Nature. Maybe that's something fun that you can do for next week. Right? Put together maybe a collection of your favorite NFTs and share with us. Quite curious to see what you all are most proud of that you hold. Missions and quests. I think we're now pretty close, right, Cedric? I mean, most of the things seems to be in place. Just a couple
Yeah.
of fine tuning,
Let
I
me
think now.
try. Yeah, maybe I can show it first. I'm not sure. Let me check first
Sure.
where we are. Let me just. So it's we have. So we are currently like working through the. Oh, okay. This is like still an issue here with the scaling, I think. Exactly. So what we're currently going through is like the different quests and follow-up quests, just to. Oh, maybe that is too small. So, for example, like all the pilot school, to test if that works, because you start with pilot school A, then you get like pilot school license A, and then you have to go to school B, depending on what kind of missions you want to go to acquire the pilot school B. And pilot school B needs obviously a reward, and then you an access, and then you at the end you will also go to pilot school Z, and then the last one will be X. So we are testing that you can go through all those things, and that works quite well. And this is just like an example on on like what we are currently trying is like that everything works well and there is nothing which is like locking up some funds, not funds, but some NFTs and stuff like that. But till now it looks quite good, and we will start with the economical stuff like later next week and starting to assign like rewards and like how long should you, for example, if you lock in an avatar that costs 3,000 Bayou, how long should you have to lock him till you get like 3,000 Bayou in rewards, just to get like a feeling on how this works. But yeah, I mean it works quite good at the moment. It's more about finding out like how the economy works together, right? I mean, it's very easy to create a product like this, but it also needs to somehow go like have like an economy which works, right?
And it also has
what we are currently.
Let's say the added testing complications that we need to go through each and every mission that we set up, that we see that end to end it works as intended. But for now, it looks like everything is working. Yeah, very well.
They are not open. There are certain people that do have access to test, which is quite a small number, because at the moment it's not very interesting to test. It's quite a repetitive job, and we need like people which are very familiar and also have like a big motivation to do it, because there is nothing to earn, and therefore it's only a small amount of people that are currently testing it.
Questions. So this question by PRFTA, with Polkadot 2.0 on the horizon, it seems that dApps could deploy directly on Polkadot, potentially reducing the necessity for app chains. Is my understanding correct? Does this development affect Ajuna's long-term roadmap? I don't think that is completely correct. No. You can't launch a dApp on Polkadot, but maybe Cedric, you can give a bit of a.
So you're talking about Polka VM. Like the virtual machine that Polkadot is currently working on, which I think Sebastian or Basti was showing that he was playing Doom on it. So what is currently done by Polkadot is that they are evaluating or they are working on a new kind of virtual machine, which is using like another
Hugo can't come with you. He has to
processor,
go home
so they decided
because he has to go piano.
with RISC-V,
and he might come later.
Quite fast, and they did like benchmark.
He might be able to come after his piano.
Super Mario, Super Nintendo emulator to see how fast this VM works, and that's also why you saw like Doom being played on it. And it's meant that you can, in the future, execute contracts on top of Polkadot.
Baby,
therefore,
see you soon.
You will be able to use like Polkadot, the relay chain, to execute stuff, which makes the relay chain more interesting in terms of valuation, in terms of what is being created on top there. And yeah, I think it's not like, I mean, it changed the roadmap in terms of like, how can we use this, right? So how can Ajuna use this Polka VM for their products? And one thing that we are still looking at is like, how can we improve or get faster or like decrease the block times to get like more into a sub 1 second area. And at the moment with asynchronous backing, we will get to 6 seconds. So like, this is like one big question is like, how can we get or lower the latency in terms of blocks? And if Polka VM is somehow allowing us to execute faster, then this is something which we obviously want to include. But to be honest, I need also to dive more into it.
But I will keep this question for next week also with the Tansy team, because a lot of these decisions have also to do with the fact that it is quite uneconomical for all of these parachains, right? All of these teams trying to keep these sort of parachains running. So yeah, maybe that's also a topic we can discuss with Tansy, who are trying to abstract all of this complexity and reduce sort of the cost of deploying. But yeah, that's a good topic that we can pick up with them also.
I just linked also the thread, which is about this poker VM. And even if you are not into this technical part, I would suggest to read it because it's very interesting. I think it's really interesting also how he did that with this Super Nintendo simulator, which he was reusing. So it's a very interesting story. So,
I found
and it also shows like where it is like in between Solana and in just to compare like the speed, and it's quite powerful.
it's good. I'll pick another couple of questions that I have found. Which one was it? Will it be browser based or will there be a separate client for it? So I assume this is for BattleMogs. It will have its own client, its own launcher. Let's say as
it's
a game.
client. Yeah. It's and that makes it also very complicated, right? I mean, not complicated in terms of launching it, but in terms of the competition, right? Because this game is like competing with traditional Web 2 games, and yeah, it's like it's a big competition, so it's quite hard to like go like what quality does it need to have to be successful on the market, right?
Exactly. Zoe, will we be able to use season 1 and season 2 avatars in sorry, you asked that. Yes, you will be able to use them to access BattleMog. When there are missions starting in season 3, missions will go next, as we sort of said. Season 3, or whatever we call it, will be right after.
Yeah, that's now the big question. What is season 3, right?
Yeah.
So season 3 is originally like the Evolute Stardust Colony season, which is in the work, and it's also already playable, or it's being play tested, and it's quite interesting. Like it has been maturing in terms of gameplay, and I think we will start in the backend integration by probably start of November, and then we will see how long that it takes. Hopefully, not too much. And there is like the other product which we are working on, which is very much tied to the SubstrateNet API, as it will be mobile, right? I mean, I'm not sure if we should show it, but at the moment, I think we just keep it like still a little bit.
Not yet, but the
not
time
yet,
will come.
but we will. The time will come, but it's already quite mature. So
yeah, it actually is, and I think that's the fun part, and for everyone to know, it's nothing has changed in terms of the road or the work that's been done with Everloot, right? We sort of continue to do that, and that's actually the pleasure of it, that it's not something that we all have to do on our own. We have the team of Everloot, which is also working tirelessly to do that, and that gives us the opportunity to sneak an awesome little idea that we had for a season in. But we will share more later. Good. So we're already 40 minutes in. I think we've taken most of the questions, but we can run now the Rumble number 2. And
should we run it, because it's
anyway
me that's gonna win it, so it doesn't make sense. I just buy me a good avatar,
just get the good one for
good,
you.
right?
Yeah.
No, joking. So let's push now. I will not click on this word then now.
Yes,
just to
the rest of us have a chance.
Again.
The rest of us have a chance.
Yeah.
Go hit on those swords so you can participate in it. We will playtest. I see a couple of you saying here about playtesting BattleMogs and so on and so forth. It's a different type of thing that we're looking at there, right? Because a couple of the work that Cedric and the team have to do around balancing and things like that, we first need to go through it. There's nothing for you guys sort of to really meaningfully test, right? Sort of and something like that. But absolutely, we will playtest it. Let me see any other questions. Nothing more that I can see. No. hit on the swords. So yeah, we'll do a double check in case we didn't show you the latest build that we have, and if we haven't for the PvP, we'll show it again.
No, I think this one was the latest build.
I think it was too, to be honest.
It was the latest build because it has had like the cards in it and so on. Yeah, the UI is obviously not finished, but
we will next week, as I said, we will try to get also the Tanzi team in for some discussion and sort of see what, also introduce what they're doing for the ecosystem. I think it's actually quite interesting what they're trying to accomplish and for everyone, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll be able to also share you a bit more information on a different project, which could be a season, which we are actively discussing, quite different from the other stuff that we've been doing as an approach, which I think that's what excites us, not something that you do traditionally associate with games. But I won't tease too much because then it sounds like I'm just talking shit. But yeah, I think next week or maybe 2 weeks time we'll be able to share a bit more on it, what we're trying to do there. Good, round one is underway. Let's see. Hey, I'm camping.
What should I buy for the winner? Ha! This one looks good.
That looks really
It's a fully equipped legendary. I will buy this one.
That looks good. So yeah, I'm camping. Who else is in? Otto is slaying. AB is slaying also. Let's see. Who's still in? Ziloni took out Prifta with a rock. Some more people joining me on the camping. Graphico took out AB, but then he just fell. B Crypto took out Karamolegos, but then tried to ride the horse, and that ended pretty bad from what I can see here. How many left? 5. How did I end? Hey, I'm doing nothing. I'm just sitting under a tree and now I'm eating. That's very good. And I am.
We forgot about the release.
Hey, congrats to. We forgot about the release, right? Congrats to SRP77. It sucks that I'm runner-up, but much happier than somebody from the community received it. Congrats.
I will send it right to you.
Ooh, easy. You got a fully equipped legendary just in time.
Good. Yeah, so the question was, so that's a good one. I will do the runtime upgrade just shortly after the season ends, and then you will be able to equip mythical pets. So on the weekend. In terms of the current things, the team is working on before the Stardust release is similar to. Okay, I need to read this correctly.
Okay,
in terms of the current things, the team is working on before the Stardust release. Is it similar to a mission or?
That's a good question.
Or quest where you can earn value, or is it more like? No, it's more like season 1. It's like pretty. It's like just a very different season 1, which is very digestible and looks awesome. But I mean, you can ask Otto how it looks, but he's not allowed to share any visuals.
No. But what I can say about this, maybe about the spending instead of earning, the intention, right? So for everyone that's already participated in season 1 and season 2, right, sort of from existing people, and we'll discuss this as we're leading up towards, we'll see how we can get you in to play without having to spend sort of too much money. What we're really interested in this version, and you'll understand when we come close to the release, this is an opportunity that we can onboard new people that never have interacted with us, never have known about the awesome Ajuna avatar. So we will make sure that for everyone that knows about this experience, they will be able to enjoy it, right, in an economical way. But at the same time, this sort of is more of an opportunity to get new people inside our ecosystem and our little products. Yeah.
So this product that we are currently working on should be made that you can go to your mother, father, whoever has a mobile, at this point an Android mobile. We will see for iOS, but for Android, and you can put it in the hands and they can start playing without the need of any wallet to download anything else than just this game. And I think that is with Xamarin. No, it's with Unity. And I think that is just like breaking the Web3 into just a Web2 experience. Without you don't need to know about Bayou, you don't need to know about Polkadot, you don't need to know about Ajuna. You just have a game to play.
And essentially,
yeah,
Jack, as you implied here, using free mints and things like that for legendary owners is the way that we can do it. So it's taking the good stuff, right, that we learned from season 1 and season 2, how we can onboard and make it faster, but also making sure that we can put it in a device, first of all, that everybody owns, and in an experience that everybody is comfortable. When it comes the time, maybe a short sort of side quest to mention. Today we had a really interesting call with Fractal ID, right, that they sort of do everything about KYC and onboarding. And to our surprise, the negative, it still seems that nobody gets how intrusive KYC and opening cameras and things like that can be to just start a game. But maybe where the discussion was going is that all of these things become more important only once you're looking, you're an engaged sort of participant user, and you're looking to offboard, right? When you're looking to move out of the ecosystem is where you care about sort of all of these things. But anyway, we'll share more about it, and we will make sure that for everybody that's here in the community, this is not about you spending your bayous, right? For here, we'll find the good combination.
Yeah, and this is already like more or less running on Rococo, so it's just like for us it was more to not we rather just build it first to see where we get to and then just like start talking about this one. Good.
Hey,
okay,
no more hints or else we will find more to say.
Thanks everyone for being with us.
Hey,
and see you soon, guys.
Thank you. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.